Hey, what's going on, Dragon Ball people? Welcome back to another video. This time we have the blue and black spoilers from the World Tournament side set, and I'm really excited about this. Every single time I read new cards from the set, I just get more and more excited because I really love the cards in the set. They're all just like super solid cards, they all have pretty much decent effects for the most part. I really love how they work in pairs, so I'm super excited to read these cards. So let's get right into it. So we have a blue Oob leader coming out of the World Tournament set. So let's see what he does. Typical attack leader, draw a card. When he life's 4 or less, untap 2 energy, flip him over. Oob, unknowing power. When this card attacks the leader card, when this card attacks, draw a card. Activate main, choose one card from your life, add it to your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, turn to the owner's hand. This card gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. So this effect is weird. I know a lot of people have been like wondering where the once per turn tag on this is, and I'm not necessarily sure if it needs it. Like, I guess if you're playing an aggro deck with this guy, you can take yourself all the way down to 1 life, bounce back any blockers your opponent might have, give him a giant pump, and that could be really good, and that kind of thing. But at the same time, if you're using the aggro strategies we have now, that means you're not pressuring with like the 1-drop attackers. It means you're not pressuring with Bardox. So that's like an uppy thing there. The fact that you can bounce anything on this card is actually pretty crazy. Although it is the Awaken side, so you're really putting yourself deeper into lethal range. But the thing I see, like, you can bounce back like a 7-drop Cell if it just sitting there on the board giving you an issue. You can bounce back a 7-drop Boo if it doesn't have barrier. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I think this leader is overall solid. I think it's a good leader. I don't know if it's necessarily broken just because it doesn't have once per turn on the activate main, but who knows? That could change in the future. But this is definitely a solid leader. Test of Strength Son Goku. We have a 3-drop, 15k, double strike. We don't see a lot of 15k double strikers, so that's pretty cool. When you play this card, if your leader card is World Tournament, you may choose one Test of Strength Oob from your hand and play it. If you do so, both that card and this card gain 5k power for duration of the turn. So, yeah, I know this card with the Oob next to it is pretty solid, and we'll get to the Oob when we get there. Top of his game, Son Gohan. Super combo, when you play this card, when you combo with this card, if your leader card is World Tournament, you have 5 or less life, draw 1 card, gains 10k power for duration of the turn. This is just, I don't get why they're doing this, like, releasing a super combo of every single color just for World Tournament arcs. Like, this doesn't require a blue World Tournament leader, it just requires a World Tournament leader. So I'm not really sure why they're doing that necessarily. I guess it's kind of cool that you can play like a rainbow of super combos in your World Tournament deck. But besides that, I'm not necessarily sure why they're opting to do this. But it's cool nonetheless, I guess. It just kind of seems like a waste of set space almost. Scuffle Time Son Goten. We did read this in the original spoilers at Gen Con, but once per turn, activate main, choose 1 card in your life, add it to your hand. So it is a generic, just awakening card for blue at 2 energy, 10k power. And if you do have the Scuffle Time Boo in play in your battle area, choose this card and up 20 of your energy and switch to active mode, and this card gains 10k power for duration of the turn. That's pretty solid. It's almost like a Digging Deep Vegeta in that sense, but you have to have the Boo in play. And I don't remember the Boo being amazing, but it's a cool little combo. All right, 1-drop, 5k Pan, blue. When this card attacks, you may choose 1 card from your life, add it to your hand. If you do so, this card gains 10k power for duration of the turn. At the end of your turn, return this card to its owner's hand. So this card is pretty good, I guess I would say. So it has that, that Kaba effect, the Intensifying Power Trunks effect, the Newfound Power Son Gohan effect, where it helps blue awaken, which is great. I guess it's nice that blue had that. They don't have to just rely on Tapion and things like that. The fact that it doesn't gain another effect is probably pretty balanced, honestly. The fact that it doesn't gain crit or double strike is probably pretty balanced. And they gave it an additional effect to flute itself back at the end of the turn. So that's a pretty solid effect. I don't think it's too busted because it doesn't, it doesn't come back to hand and draw you a card. It just comes back to hand. So that means your awakening tool is like safe every turn for the most part, which is cool. I don't see this being necessarily super duper broken. I think it's just a really solid card. Begrudging Respect Vegeta. So we have a 4-drop, 20k barrier. When you play this card, if your leader card is World Tournament and you have the Piccolo in play in your battle area, your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand and places them on top of the deck in any order. That's pretty solid. That's a really solid card. It's really cool. And I do remember what the Piccolo does, but we'll see that when we get there. I kind of wish that the list had the cards next to each other in pairs. That would have been pretty helpful, but we'll do what we can. Activate main once per turn. The Awkward Situation Trunks, 2-drop. Choose 1 Awkward Situation Otakoski in your battle area and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. If your leader card is World Tournament, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. That's pretty solid, honestly. Just spot remove anything. But let's see how we can drop the Akotsuki once we get there. But being able to kill anything once per turn is pretty good. Pretty good effect, especially for a 2-drop 15k. Now we have the Piccolo that goes with that Vegeta. So it has barrier, it's a 2-drop, requires 1 blue. If you have the Vegeta in your battle area, this card gains blocker. When you play this card, if you place an energy in your energy area during this turn's charge phase, and you have less energy than your opponent, choose one of your opponent's energy and place it in the drop area. So I guess Energy Lock Vegeta got another tool. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I think these cards are like really are good cards, obviously, and I think that they're they do have a place in the game. But when you have a stupid deck like that a Vegeta leader that can just energy lock people, it's just not fun. You know, no one wants to play against Floodgates. So I mean, the fact that this card is a thing isn't necessarily broken or necessarily a problem, but I think in combination with the Vegeta, things like this just get really stupid. I am happy though that this is only a when this card is played card, not like the Mass Saiyan where it's activate main every single turn. So I guess this is a bit more balanced than that. So a good card, another tool for that deck. Scuffle Time Boo, so it's a 1-drop that goes with that Goten. It has barrier, so if you cast it on one, you know it's probably gonna stick around. Activate main, place this card on the bottom of the owner's deck. If you have the Goten in play in your battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to the owner's hand. I don't necessarily see this being super duper great. Like I said, like it can hit any of your opponent's battle cards, which is cool. So like those big beaters that you need to get off the field, like the 7-drop cells, and you know maybe your opponent's grade 8 babies, things like that. That's pretty solid. Test of Strength Oob. This goes with the Goku we read earlier. So it has critical. When you play this card, if you have the Goku in play in your battle area, so when you play the Goku, you can just play this from hand for free. Choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, 20k or less power, and place them at the bottom of the deck. At the bottom of the owner's deck. That's honestly pretty insane. Like just essentially spot removing 2 of your opponent's cards for 3 energy, 20k power or less. You know that's really solid. The fact that it's critical is really good, and the Goku having a double strike. So the Goku going up to I believe it gains 5k, goes up to 20k double strike, and then this card having a critical and getting rid of 2 of your opponent's cards for 3 energy play. That's like a lot of pressure. You know, getting rid of 2 critical and double strike. It's pretty good pressure on your opponent for a 2 energy play. 3 energy play, sorry. Wild Tiger, the Imposing, just a 2-drop, 15k blocker. This card is honestly a waste. You know, I don't think this card's really great. You know, we have it's 15k, so I guess it can hit leaders, but you know, we have a 2-drop barrier blocker Kai. So I mean, I think that card's just infinitely better because it has barrier, and you know, this thing's just gonna eat an attack. If this was like something like kind of like a Legic, that would have been really cool, but yeah, this card kind of eh. So we have the awkward situation of Totsuki. So permanent. If you have the Trunks to play in your battle area, you can and you don't have one of these in play, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. That's pretty cool. You know, it's a 2-card combo, but spot removing anything on your opponent's board at 2 energy is pretty solid. You know, it's a 2-card combo for 2 energy. I think that's a really good combo. Shocking Latent Ability. So this is an Oob exclusive extra card. If your leader card is Oob, gains 10k power for duration of the turn, duration of the battle, and you draw 1 card. So Oob got a super combo in the form of an extra card. It's not bad. It's really good for defending your leader. It's really good for finishing the game with your leader if you're going to play Champas or if you're going to play the new Kai that gives double strike. Not bad at all. Not bad. Now we have the black cards. There's only a couple black cards, so we'll go through this pretty quick. The announcer leader. I've been really excited about this leader. I think it's so funny that they made an announcer leader, and honestly, I'm pretty excited for it. So permanent, treat World Tournament in all areas as if they had no specified cost. Let's also take a minute to appreciate how they gave this card 10k power, and my boy Hercule only has 5k. You know, rip the boy Hercule, but this guy's pretty cool. So he's riding his little shark airplane motorcycle thingy. So yeah, treat World Tournaments in all areas if they had no specified cost. Permanent. You cannot include non-World Tournament battle cards in your deck. What this does mean is you can include extra cards in your deck. That is something you can do, which is really solid. Makes it a little bit more flexible than like Zeno and that Goku leader from the Tournament Power. So that's a really good thing to know. Auto once per turn. When you play a World Tournament battle card, draw 1 card. That's really solid because you can only play them in your deck, and you're going to be, you know, if you're playing on curve, you're going to draw a card every turn. So that's pretty solid. When you play 4 or less, untap 2 energy and flip this card over. Let's see what the Awakened side does. So we have an aged announcer, referee veteran. That's pretty awesome. 15k power. Treat World Tournaments in all areas as if they had no specified cost. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Activate main. Choose up to 2 of your battle cards. With World Tournament, they each gain 5k power for the duration of the turn. Then negate this skill for the duration of the game. That effect is interesting. You know, the fact that it's a once per game effect, it means you probably only really want to use it when like you really need to kill one of your opponent's battle cards, or if you need to really just help push for game. You know, that's pretty solid. But I really like this leader. You know, I think there's a lot of good World Tournament cards that, you know, taking away specified cost, they just get infinitely better. So I think this card's really solid. I'm actually really excited to build a deck with this once we see the SRs. You know, I really don't want to get into too much deck building without seeing the super rares and the secret rare, but this leader is really awesome. I love the headcanon to this too. It's just like this leader like announcing all the fights, and you know, you're playing the cards in pairs, and they get their effects by being on the board in pairs. I just love that about this leader. It's super awesome. All right, 1-drop announcer ever curious. When you play this card, if your leader card is World Tournament, look it up to 7 cards on top of your deck. Choose one World Tournament among them, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. I really like the restriction of World Tournament on this card. You know, one of the biggest problems with this game is that cards are way too generic, and the fact that this was specific to World Tournament leaders is a good choice by Bandai, in my opinion. Announcer Play-by-Play Pro. Counterattack. If your leader is World Tournament, this becomes Orochi. Negate the attack, and then play this card. During your turn, when you play this card, if there are 2 or more World Tournaments other than this card in your battle area, draw 2. So that's really awesome. If you have 2 pairs on the board, you know, or any 2 World Tournaments really, you just draw 2. So you have a reason to play it on your own turn for 1, and you have a reason to play it on your opponent's turn to negate an attack. So that's pretty solid, honestly. And then we have the World Tournament Field Spell. So 0 energy, you just plop it right down. That's pretty cool. You know, you don't really need to pay any energy to activate it. Activate main, switch card to rest mode. If your leader card is Announcer, choose up 2 of your battle cards with World Tournament, and they each gain 5k power for duration of a turn. And that's going to wrap up that. This card's really solid. Just every turn giving 2 battle cards a 5k pump is actually really good for free. So it's like a 2 5k combos in your hand every single turn. That's really solid. So that's going to wrap up the end of the spoilers for the World Tournament set, besides the SRs and the secret rare. Really excited to see what those are. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited about this set. You know, I'm actually really excited to start tinkering with the Announcer leader. I haven't really built a deck that has only included a certain archetype in the deck, you know, with like Zeno or that Goku from Tournament Power. I'm really excited to do this one, though. I really am excited for this set. Like I said, I love how these cards work in pairs. I think they're really well designed and really creative and really cool. You know, I hope more of the game is made like this going forward. Not necessarily with the paired cards, but just really creative in what the cards can do. So yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this spoiler here. Let me know what your favorite cards are from the set. Let me know what cards you guys are going to be interested in playing around with. If you like videos like this that keep you up to date on the newest Dragon Ball Super news, please do consider subscribing to our channel. Consider liking this video and leave us a comment down below. With that being said, my name is Joey. This is Cromswell TCG, and I'll see you next time.